Good morning, everybody. I am not going live this week, so I wanted to record this video. The theme these 4 weeks is anxiety. So I wanted to talk about anxiety on a very down-to-earth, real level. Because I've kind of been talking about it in the context and framework of trauma, which makes sense. That's what I talk about. The truth is, every single person experiences anxiety. We all do. People I love experience anxiety. So, what brings about anxiety? What is the experience of anxiety, really? Anxiety happens when we are not living in the present moment, when our mind is future tripping, past tripping, right? When we are like, oh my God, what happened in the past? I regret these things that happened in the past. I wish I could go back to the past. I wish I could change the past. I wish these things didn't happen this way in the past. Wanting things to be different, wishing they didn't happen. Regretting. Negative sensations. Oh, I need my emotional support animal. Hold on. Come on, buddy. Let's go. Come here. You want to say hi? Okay, here he is. All right. We always get, there's Hatch. These guys help with anxiety, don't they? So, when you think about the future, when your mind, again, is not in the present moment, when it's thinking about the future, what can I do tomorrow? When you're anxious about what's happening tomorrow, when you're not in the present moment, that's when anxiety happens. Why did these guys help? Right? He's a great prop. Here he is. Let's use him. You can pet them. They can calm your nervous system. But also just being with this animal, for example, first you can take him for a walk. That helps calm anxiety, but also he helps center you in the present moment. So, thanks, Hatch. Thanks for your timing. Yeah, buddy, go ahead. He's often here with me, and I remain calm, but it's just a function of me doing my job. It helps that I remain calm for everybody else that I can help. The thoughts about the future, especially with what's happening in the world now, right? You don't have to have experienced any catastrophic traumatic childhood to experience anxiety now. There's something called eco-anxiety, if you guys are familiar. And pretty much anyone living today who's awake, who's aware of reality, knows about and is anxious about the world. What's going to be the next major natural disaster? What kind of world am I bringing my children into? Or should I even have children in this world? These kinds of thoughts and very real questions we get to ask and we need to ask, but also like it brings about anxiety. And can you sit with that discomfort and still function in today's world? So how do we do that? Anxiety is very real discomfort, right? It is this bubbling up, this sensation of nerves, a disquieting in the stomach, in the gut. It's this mind chatter. And your mind is saying, things aren't right, you're gonna die. So, one of the things I thought to bring up is I was watching a documentary the other night, a climbing documentary of all things. And I don't know if you guys know this part of my story, but I used to be a pretty hardcore climber. I was a climber overseas, and I used to climb in the south of Thailand, mainly. I climbed a bit in the US, but I climbed outdoors on limestone in the south of Thailand, mainly just really overlooking the ocean. It was spectacular. Time of my life. It was sport climbing, lead climbing, and it was pretty dangerous. And I didn't know how dangerous until I fell and almost died. And I flipped upside down. I hit my head. I didn't have enough fear when I was climbing. But these climbers, I watch these documentaries because I like to see what these guys talk about. It's scary now for me to watch these documentaries. I have a very healthy fear of heights now. And that's like the one place that I have anxiety and fear. These guys talk about, is your fear very real fear? Like fear that you, like true, are you gonna die actually? Or is it just this fear that your mind is making up? And that's the question with anxiety. Anxiety is fear, right? It's this terror, this fear that something bad is going to happen, but you get to question, how real is it? Like when you feel anxiety, is this about anything that I can do anything about? Or can I set this aside and actually take action on things where I can? Can I choose to be in the present moment? Can I sit with my body and this discomfort and be okay? So we're on week 3. Let's do a breathing activity. If you feel anxiety, especially in your belly, most people do, I want you to close your eyes. And take a deep breath. And find that anxious feeling in your belly. I want you to notice what it feels like. Yeah, just keeping your eyes closed throughout this practice. What does it feel like? Does it have a color? Does it look like anything? Now I'd like you to really get a sense of what it looks like. And if you could reach out and touch it, what would it feel like? This anxiety in your gut. And if your anxiety is somewhere else, find it in your body and do this practice there. Like go and find what it looks like and what it feels like. I want you to really explore it. We're going to take it one step further. I want you to ask your anxiety a question. You can ask the question that I ask, or ask it, really stay connected with your eyes closed. I'm opening my eyes, but I want you to remain with your eyes closed. That's the way this works. So you're gonna ask it a question. My question that I like to ask is, what do you need right now from me? See if it gives you an answer. But if there's a burning question you have for your anxiety, like why are you here? Where did you come from? Anything like that, ask your anxiety now. Go ahead and ask. See what answer you get. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So, if you found anything useful in that activity, you can do that anytime. And the purpose of that is to, number one, be able to sit with the discomfort. And number two, connect with the discomfort, the anxiety, most likely. And number three, be able to shift it a little bit. be able to find out something about it and shift it in that way. So I invite you to explore with that. And hopefully this video, everything we move through, the discussion, hatch appearance, and this activity were useful. And I will see you next week. Be well.